Hey guys, welcome to the Odd Apple Pirates YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over options you can use to defeat Axel and Orserk on hard mode. If you find this video helpful, consider liking and subscribing for more Power World content. With that being said, we've got 4 teams for you guys to play with today or to consider using. I am very excited to see this, but with that being said, we'll go ahead and just get started. Our spotlight team for the episode is around using Bastigor. Truthfully, you could use a majority of different strong ice pals, Frostallion, etc. There are a lot of great choices, but I like Bastigor. He's cool as fuck, and I want to use Frostallion on Xiaolong as one of the teams, so I'm going to hold off on the Murder Horse for now. Don't you worry. I've got Foxicle, which gives 30% ice damage. Sorry. 30% attack to Ice Pals. You've got Rayhound Chris, which gives 30% defense to Ice Pals. You have Orserk, which is one of the best pals in the game. No matter what team you're running, there's a good chance he might be on it. While firing up to 30 stacks, you can get basically 150% attack and defense on the pal fighting alongside you. If it doesn't work in your world, because you're on a multiplayer world, server, whatever, you can always go with Moltron Christ. This will allow you to add 40% damage to your Ice Pals attacks. So, the good choices here. My favorite choice for this team is Bulldosu. Now, the reason why I threw Bulldosu on here is because he gives 30% immunity to electric, and you cannot be electrified. Looking at Orserk, you've got weaknesses to ground and ice. And both teams, you can use both elements to make a good team to defeat them. However, I think ice is personally the better option because of the fact that Orserk uses grass, dragon, and electric moves. So grass is better against ground, which is going to stink. Obviously, ground has a great advantage against the electric, but with Bulldosu, it more or less helps to even out for ice. You're neutral to grass, and then you resist dragon. So I feel like typing-wise, with the moves that it uses, to ice is just better, but either works. There's not a wrong answer here as long as you're putting appropriate preparation into your team. With that being said, I've got Foxicle, Rayhound, Christ, and Bulldosu. They all have Idiosyncratic, Stronghold Strategist, Vanguard, and Healing Coach. If you're not familiar with these skills all give stuff to your player or your pals while they're in your party. They do not have to be out in combat, so this gives 10% player attack, this gives 10% player defense, this gives player and pal auto health regen rate 50%, and it makes it immune. Actually, I'm not sure if the immune to poison and burn is only on the pal that's out, but regardless, that 50% auto health regen rate is just super good. So you're always going to run stuff like that. I ran Healing Coach because it gives another 5% to my auto health regen. Now, with Orserk, I did drop Healing Coach for Reload Master because obviously since it's all around firing bullets, I went ahead and put a little extra reload speed. That's all I did to that. Lastly, we've got Bastigor. Bastigor, I ran Ice Emperor, Legend, Demon God, Diamond Body. I don't have access right now to a disposable implant for Immortality. I would throw it on there over Ice Emperor just simply because Ice Emperor is good. I personally don't feel like the elemental type ones give enough. I think these should be upgraded to Rainbow and give like 40 or 50% attack because you've got Ice Emperor fighting with Demon God, and Demon God gives 5% defense and it's for all types. And then you've got Musclehead, which is 30%, which is the same, but Musclehead's a lot easier to get access to. So it's just, I don't know. These ones just, I don't feel like do enough. Immortality, I am going to read real quick on my Shweepa here. So Immortality gives 100% of the damage that they deal to you as health for the PAL. And then it also ups the PAL auto health regen by 100% and gives 15% attack. So if I were to put this on over Ice Emperor, I would lose 15% attack, but I would gain so much sustain. It's just super, super good. But this does get the job, as you guys will see in the video here in a little bit. I just had to play a little safer with it is all. Next, we have our team from episode 1. Good old the Gun Squad. You've got Solen, Xenogard, Vanworm, and Vanworm Crisp. I'm not going to go over them too much. If you want to see more about this core, check out the first video. I'll have that linked at the end of this one. And then obviously Anubis in case you want to go ground, or if you want to go ice, you can go Iceland. Their partner skills will activate. Iceland's turns your gun bullets and your player damage ice, which is really important because it makes all your bullets super effective, pushing your bullet damage up to like 12 to 1500. It does a lot of damage. This is probably my fastest clearing team, but all 4 teams that I've got will work. Next, we have the meme team, the Dream Squad. Sweepa. For those of you unfamiliar with this goofy lad, Sweepa gains 24% attack and defense for each Swee in your party. So, you just go with 4 Swees. You can also remove a Swee for Orserk, giving up like because the Swees, I guess I should go over them too. Swees give your Sweepa attack and defense. Now, you'll lose a bit from one of the Swees, and you'll lose 24% from the Sweepa, but you would gain 150% from the Orserk. So, it would definitely be worth it if you went that route with it. But for context, though, and the cool thing I like about Pow World is you can actually see the stat changes in like your party and in the box, etc. So, 2487 by 2429, you add in 1 Swee, you've got, boom, 2898 by 2817. So, if you add all of them in, boom, you go up to 4133 by 4307, which is relatively good. You do have to still be careful with him because he can get his shit rocked. But as long as you're dodging like good attacks, especially electric's probably the big one, but as long as you're dodging attacks, weaving in and out, it's not that bad. Plus, he doesn't have any active skills to play around, so switching him in and out is relatively easy. Alrighty, the last team we've got is a bit of a throwback to last video. I made a Noclum Ignis team that was designed around beating Lillian Lylene without you having to attack. So I recreated the same concept, but with ground. And I didn't test this team. I can if you guys would like, but I'm more than confident that it can still solo it. I might even put the same challenge on it and see if it can do it without me having to attack. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But if you want to see more details and go into like more in depth about this team, you can check out the other video, which I also have linked. And that is our 4 teams. The last thing I want to cover before I forget is your equipment. Again, just using the best equipment you've got here is all you can ask for. I personally just use these 2. You can use other things, but I think they're just too good as long as you can produce the ammo efficiently. As for equipment, this is what I use for the gun team. Otherwise, what I've been using is this. So, Dogen emblem, attack up 4, pal attack up 4, Sylvegus emblem, defense up 4, pal defense up 4, Frostallion's talisman, pal defense up 4, pal ice damage enhancement up 4. You can just use attack pendant if you want to get a little more out of yourself, but actually, we need to head back to the main base because there is an item that I forgot. So let me go ahead and grab that. You can run this if you want. I think I did, just because I wanted to get a little more out of the pals themselves, but you can definitely run the attack up level 3 and it's not an issue. But the last item is just because I want to put it on the screen for you guys, is the Ice Emperor's Baton. It gives pal attack up 4 and pal ice damage enhancement 4. So these are different things that you can play around with. From what I've seen, these 2, it'll be hard to get Dogen emblem and the Sylvegus emblem off of a set of 4. I almost want to do a challenge where I just don't use these 2 and see if I can come out with other shit, which I might for a fun side video. But while I'm trying to help you guys get through like mainly clearing for the first time, I recommend going out of your way to find these items. They are just that imperative. With that being said, let's get on over to the battle video. that's going to wrap up our show today, folks. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you made it this far in the video, type Orserk down below in the comments. With that being said, we're going to slide on out of here. Keep on vibing, thriving, surviving, and have a great day. Bye-bye.